Research Councils UK are responsible for investing public money in research in the UK. Each year, the 7 research councils invest around £3 billion across the arts and humanities, social sciences, engineering and physical sciences, and the medical and life sciences. RCUK Shared Services Centre Ltd provides services to the research councils in human resources, procurement, finance, IT, and grants administration. We speak to Nicola Dunne, the Chief Procurement Officer at the RCUK Shared Services Centre Ltd, about the organisation's procurement structure and strategy.
Hello, I'm Nicola Dunne. I'm the Chief Procurement Officer at the Research Councils UK Shared Service Centre. I've been in procurement for over 20 years now. I had a first role at Ford Motor Company doing engineering, procurement and global procurement towards the back end. I then went to Royal Mail and took various roles on there, both in procurement and in re-engineering departments and in some of the other Royal Mail departments as well. And 3 years ago I came and joined the Research Councils and the Shared Service Centre, and I have been here since its inception. I was employee number 2 and was tasked with setting up a joint procurement organisation across the 7 individual research councils and harmonising the way they purchased the things across all council requirements, which vary from ice stations to space equipment to ships, all the way down to kitting out a lab and cancer diagnostic machines, so a very wide variety of equipment. The procurement organisation has been set up in categories, so it's very focused on the products that we buy rather than the individual customers. So we are in teams. We have a research team, for example, that's very focused on buying both equipment and consumables that get used in the laboratories that we run. We then have a major projects team, which does the big pieces of kit that you see, so the big hadron colliders that you might have heard of in CERN. We have our own versions over here, so they're major project staff who cover big pieces of procurement that need a lot of input. I then have a core services team which covers all the indirect spend that all of the research councils need, so anything from your facilities maintenance all the way through to your stationery and your general travel requirements, for example. So everybody has their own specific categories to buy, and then they have a number of customers within those categories, so they can have up to 10,000 customers in some categories where it's stationery, for example, as it's very generic. I then, underpinning that, have a team of regional account managers. Given that we have over 100 institutes out in the UK and abroad, we have a wide coverage of customers to work with, and as such, I have regional teams up in the north, in the east and in the south, making sure that we have some face-to-face time with a lot of our customers, because obviously just dealing with Swindon would be quite difficult. So the organisation having that regional feel has worked really well in terms of making the customers feel that they are getting the right levels of service. I also have a policy team who are obviously very entrenched in working with the government and all the public sector regulations that we have to follow as an organisation. And they make sure that we are in line with the latest directives and following the direction that government's taking as well. So a team of 65 people in total. So the procurement strategy that we have is to bring together the needs of the 7 research councils and all of their research units, so the 100+ units. It's very important that we as a service recognise the diversity, because there is such huge diversity across all of those units and the research centres that we service. It's really important that not only do we recognise those specialties, but we also understand where we can harmonise and aggregate and bring together the needs that are common. So if you take an example, in the Medical Research Council and the Biotechnical Research Council, they have a lot of common need, and therefore my teams have been tasked with understanding that need and making sure that the commercial solutions we put in place actually then meet both needs, but we get a better deal as a result of it, a better commercial deal. So really important that we start to become more efficient and effective in how we are buying. Previously, it had been linked or just used in single councils, and whilst they were doing very good things in the single councils, by having this service spread across all the 7 of them, we then have that opportunity to blend and bring things together, which previously they didn't have the opportunity to do. So by that we make a lot of savings, but equally we can bring together the leverage of the councils buying together, because it's a £3 billion annual spend, and we go beyond that as well. So it's important that we are working out with some of the universities, for example, some third sector organisations, and so we are collaborating. So it's very much a collaborative strategy that we are trying to put in solutions that other people can access, and therefore deliver something great back to UK Inc., which is one of the main reasons we are here. So that was the initial vision, that we set up a shared service centre that could recognise that diversity of need, but at the same time make efficiencies as we went along. So I think we started with 46,000 suppliers. We're now reducing that at quite a rate, but not losing or compromising the need to have niche supply in the process. The other element for us as an organisation was to make sure that we introduced a more technological platform. I think some of the councils didn't have any systems that supported their procurement in the past. The other main aim of this was to bring together and have the visibility of what was going on in terms of buying behaviour in the councils, so that we had a systems platform that could start right from the beginning of a customer saying, I want to buy something, all the way through to us paying the supplier and us being able to manage that route and the supply chain through it, so that we can then pick out the efficiencies and manage their buying needs as they went through. So that's another core element for us, and hence why Oracle as a platform has helped us to do that. Obviously with Science Warehouse as well as our e-marketplace has enabled us to buy in a more efficient manner, and having a data analysis tool on top of it all as well has helped us to understand the buying practices that are currently going on in the councils. So quite ambitious, but I think we've made some great inroads to achieving that.